What's up, guys? It's Black and back with part 2 of Biasao versus Despro. Can Biasao hold on for this game 3, or will Despro finally crack the rust off and get into his normal super competitive, super slaughtering self? We will have to see. We are on the Wold. I don't think I've ever seen this map. Those are not gem mines, those are ore mines. Okay, so definitely seems like a pink map to me. Double expansion here, double expansion here. Lots of space between the ore, so these are kind of weird expansions. Just a tiny little entrance over here to the oil derrick. It looks like there's just one each, so I don't expect those barrels to actually come into play. Maybe if there was a second one, they would. Sneaky oil derrick over here would be something that I'd probably do, but it's like this is a little asymmetric as it's just like this area is kind of the play field. Same thing over here, and then yeah, it's just kind of like a little decorative thing. 3 mine start, so you could probably get away for a war factory first here, especially with a very safe oil derrick. I don't see a whole lot of people trying to rush rifles on you. I mean, it seems like it's a far map, but I kind of like this map. Yeah, it's a little interesting. These ore mines are definitely the weird part that's kind of weirding me out. They're just so far away from the ore. Honestly, all that means is really there's going to be a lot of ore that's growing right here, and these ones aren't going to get touched so much. But I mean, I guess you want to push across, place a ref there. You don't want to place it here, that's kind of far away, especially with the ore mines being so tucked in. And then the same thing over here on this side, you probably actually just want to crush the sandbags and go over here, long distance mine that, or send an extra harvester over here when you do expand. These 2 mines in the middle, I mean, they're not going to produce much since there's so much debris around them and they have the gems, so they're not going to produce at all unless somebody gets them. But I mean, that's a lot of debris that's kind of just frustrating, but at the same time, like, probably want to go, I mean, place your MCV here, place a ref here, maybe have some scouts over here so they can't just harass you on that side of the ore, and then you can just kind of push right here, kind of long distance mine these a little bit, or maybe just push all the way across. But skewering these, probably not a bad idea at all, just due to the nature of this map that's going to cut off pretty much everything. Pink Talk definitely has not made it. I'm assuming this is a Pink Talk, it might not be. But it's definitely not going to be easy to place around here just with all the debris and everything. Looks like Biasao scouting in with a Ranger. Despro did leave a handful over there, but I think 4 rifles will not win to Ranger. I guess we might find out. Oh, it'd be pretty close. But that's the wrong move, leaving the Ranger there just to get pushed. Despro's engineer, he's hiding over in the corner. Looks like Biasao a little bit lighter on his rifle scouts. I think this is probably a little bit better. Forza, I mean, did save his although right there, but he's supposed to have a Ranger out, probably kill it. Not a whole lot else going on this map, just due to the nature of it. So, maybe keeping a rifle right here would probably be good too. But again, if somebody's like Fazar, who's really pretty good about scouting with his Ranger and everything, and getting those sneaky rifle scouts waiting to pick off an engineer, it can be a little bit harder. Despro's gonna try to run down this Ranger, but unfortunately, he's gonna get out juked a little bit. That's alright. Biasao's got his 4 factory really far forward. I mean, it makes sense if he's go down here. But oh, he's going 6 harvesters. I don't like that. I don't like 6 harvesters. You do not need 6 harvesters. Fight me out, alright. Despro shit talking during the game, so it's like Tux, but actually impressive with his shit talking instead of just doing Tux things. Shout out to Tux, getting blindsided by a little trip there, but it's alright. Getting the repair on the Ranger, I like that. His SD's out pretty quickly. Despro's just now coming out. Expected barracks to coming out in about 12 seconds. No, he's going for a power plant first. Okay, not a big deal. I don't know why. I don't think he needs an extra power plant, but maybe he does. So Biasao is probably just going to be ahead for a little bit here. There's exactly 0 lost or destroyed as far as this, and not even that 1 rifle. Oh, double Ranger, so this is a weird build from Biasao. I wonder if it'll work out. I mean, 2 Rangers definitely can kill this. It's going to be pretty easy, especially with one of them pretty much dead already. And there we go, but I expect Despro, yep, his Ranger's already coming over. Looks like Biasao's just going to get out of dodge for now. I like that. That forces Despro either keep this Ranger nearby in case, these Rangers are just waiting a little bit, or divert some sort of rifle contingent to go down there again. But, if you can keep your opponent distracted, then they'll probably make a mistake. Looks like Despro went with a mini tank first, which is a little bit interesting. I mean, it seems like there was a decent amount of starting eco, but You know, I figured getting this expansion is always pretty important. Biasao moving his main MC out rather quickly. I think I would rather get this one across at the very least. If you're going to leave a ref here, then push across so they pretty much can't threaten you. They'd have like this little gap here, and then it's pretty easy to shut down with something. Despro does have one rifle over there. We'll have to see if he pays attention to Biasao's sneaky engineer coming in. And this MCV is going to go where I expect it to, which is on the inside. Despro's also looks like his is going on the backside. I expect him to definitely push back here. Yeah, he's just leaving his army in the middle. I mean, that's not a bad idea at all on this map. Can't cleanly rotate through just because all the debris, but you can pretty easily get a rotation from just the top of the bottom. Oh, and that engineer is gonna get the cap and not get away. Good call there from Despro, but his engineer unfortunately is on the wrong side, so Biasao's gonna enjoy that extra oil derrick. Oh, there's a push coming right here. Despro's trying to figure out his tanks and decides he doesn't want it. And again, he did push across here, totally what I expected, and he has that rifle scout there. So Despro's playing this how I would expect to play it. Biasao is playing it kind of similar, moving out here, but I mean, I do like this aggressive base play with his MC, just grabbing ground, not necessarily, you know, for mining purposes, but just clogging up the middle. You know, that gives you pretty much free vision all the time. You don't have to worry about a rifle scout getting killed or your ranger if you forget about it. Usually you're more on top of your bases than you are on the fringe units. Same time, Despro's kind of deathballing, which I don't really expect. I feel like you'd split 50 up, down. And I bet both deathballing. Unfortunately for Despro, he runs smack dab into Biasao, loses a tank. I would love to see a mechanic or two to capture that house. That'd be a nice little swing. Almost loses 2 tanks there. Sends one back instantly to the repair bay, so why not? And now Biasao is going to push those dry stone walls, which are recolored sandbags. Definitely going to expose it. Despro is totally aware of it. He will pull that harvester back. Biasao should be aware if there's a pillbox coming down. That means he's definitely aware of it. Now he's going to see a lot of the army. So is he going to get up? Yeah, I really like him just to attack the main base right now. That'd be a great dive. You've got decent force up here. Start rallying up there. Maybe switch a war factor rally. Oh, there's a little detachment there, but Biasao has a lot of scouts up top. And yeah, he is going to dive on the main base, but Despro is going to rotate back. Ooh, saves the tank. That is nice. Oh, and he's base pushing. This could be so good. Oh, if that was a pillbox right here, that would be so good. But I think Despro might be in a little bit of trouble here. His army's not in a good formation, where Biasao's is relatively good. But as we get into a base push here, now that side really has a good advantage. Despro brought his MCV back up. Yeah, his tanks are kind of out of position. Biasao's in really good position here. He might be able to push through here. It's going to be pretty close. He needs to keep his tanks moving forward. Oh no, bad move command. Oh, that is so bad. That was a lot of troops going down for pretty much nothing. But I think he's still got the numbers here. This harvester could come into play. But if it does, it's going to lose it. Nice little attack up here in the top too. Oh, but Despro is pushing back. Did get one harvester, almost 2. And looks like Biasao did run out of steam here. Despro managed to hold. That is unfortunate. That move command definitely changing things there. Oh, there's only 1 rocket here. Oh, that sucks. That would have been such a great attack if there was more rockets. But unfortunately, all those harvesters are going to get it away as a result. And Despro has this little detachment here. He also only has 1 rocket, so maybe Biasao can hold on. But now the problem for Biasao is he's kind of stretched thin. He's got to rotate this MC back. He's base pushing here, which is always hard to do. Oh, he's going to lose that ref too, which is unfortunate. Oh, and he's trying to kill that. But unfortunately, that pillbox is doing so much that refinery is going to survive. This one is going to die. So Despro suddenly looking in a very promising position here. Guess this harvester, did he get pushed off? I think it got pushed up top. I don't think it got killed, but now he has this little attachment. 2 rockets in there. That's a little bit better. Oh no, why would you move your MC there? Oh no, that MC needs to get out. It's going to die if it stays there. It's still going to be taken down at half health, and Despro's going to try to attack here. This is going to be a really good attack. I don't think this is on Biasao's radar. Oh, no, I was totally wrong. He quickly pulls his harvesters away, but that 1 harvester barely getting in the way, but he's going to lose. Oh, Caster's Curse. Yeah, Biasao just has nowhere to attack now, and Despro is constantly on the harass. Oh, he did find another little area down here. I was wondering where his army was. So that's not a bad attack. Pushes off 2 harvesters again. But this is such a hard play. That rocket living is unfortunate because now that hit goes down. Those little infantry are going to get pushed back. Then MC is getting pushed back again. I mean, if I'm Biasao right now, I think this is the prime target attack. You've kind of got him pinned in this corner. You just leave this scattered, or maybe even move your MC down there if you have a bunch of turrets and pillboxes here. Just maybe right here. Kind of cut this off. He's going to go in there, but there's 2 pillboxes. Third one coming soon. Doesn't have the build radius, though. Could place one right there. Yeah, this game kind of quieted out all of a sudden. Eco for these guys has got to be pretty bad. 4,000, 6,000, yeah, it's not great. Assets are a little bit in Biasao's favor, but I feel like he's almost a paper tiger here. He's got one big army, and his eco is just pushed off pretty much everywhere. Long distance mining from here. Oh, starting with the turrets, I do like this, so Despro's left his main base vulnerable, but does have an army in the bottom. Has an army in the top 2 that he could really use. Yeah, he's just constantly harassing with these harvesters. Got this little detachment down here and a medium tank, so if he has to get sucked in here, that could be a problem. Not sure if he just happened to see if there was stuff coming there, or maybe he just wanted to harvest the gym so he could place a ref right there with his barracks. But he is going to get a nice little cleanup there. Not sure what went down there, but he also should be aware of it. Just needs to not overcommit with his army. He's got a pretty big army lead, I feel like. 23, yeah, it's about 4k lead. It's not terrible. He needs to get those harvesters back to work. I think good scouting with the ranger there. Biasao's gonna be able to hold this easily. There's a turret and pillbox there. And here we go. Here's a big engagement here. If this goes really poorly for Biasao, this could decide the game, but we will have to see. Oh, he's losing so many medium tanks already. Just his infantry was lagging behind. But I definitely think he has the number superiority. Despro is going to get forced back again, and his MC is moving. The ranger being a good scout. And medium tank still in the back, poking away. Not getting much yet. That infantry attachment might get a harvester. Yeah, this is a lot of infrastructure for Despro. If this goes down, this could be a problem, but he's going to go up here in the top. There's not much here except for slaughter, because there is a ton of pillboxes. Despro attacking down there, but not much happening. Fortunately, the tanks are in front, but that is going to let Despro kind of chase this down with his backside army. One harvester going down, that's not really a problem. He's got extra. Yeah, he's going into the gauntlet of pillboxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he has to keep pushing, and now the tanks are getting out of position. Another pillbox getting dropped down. Oh, yeah, I do like this decision. Turn into this army. You don't want to go into all those pillboxes and then have this army pincer you. As a result, he's going to take a pretty good engagement against this army. That is going to give Despro time to reinforce on this backside. Another pillbox coming down. Oh, and the harvester's coming in. Yikes. These tanks just in the wrong position. Somehow Despro holds her. That is actually incredible. Getting attacked here. One harvester down. The locust harvesters are... Well, he's not moving away yet. Probably as soon as this harvester links up with him. No. Just forgetting. Maybe he's just going to go in for the crush. I think he's busy elsewhere. One harvester going down. Oh, second harvester probably going to go down. Oh, one more. Yep, barely goes down. Decent target fire with the pillbox there. Goes down, but Despro's going to be able to hold that just fine. Oh, unfortunately, medium tank's not going to be able to finish off that war factory. That would have been a nice little win. Oh, that harvester going down, so I think Despro is starting to struggle on the eco. Yeah, his income's way down, almost 4,000. He's got 4 harvesters. That is a rough spot. This has been a really exciting game. Just a lot of eco raids. Tier 2 out for Biasao. Alright, that's cool. I think having this middle position has been nice. Still needs to place a ref here. I think he just has the radius with that barracks. Once again, Despro just kind of deathballing, kind of been forced to. It's been down on the army value for a little while. Not terrible right now, it's only 2k. Biasao should get that medium tank out. It's not doing much of anything, just kind of standing around a little too long. but unfortunately it does not look like it's going to get away, and we're shooting on a rifle instead of a medium tank. Yeah, Despro, he really needs to establish here, but I mean, he'd have to pull that into away, which I guess he could now. You know, there's not too much there. He's got 2 harvesters of ref and a bunch of pillboxes, which are, you know, expendable. At the same time, where is Biasao's army? He's got a mix max up there. And he's going down there. I mean, he can do it. There's only a rocket and a few rifles. But he can't lose his main base, and he hasn't finished off Despro's main base. Now that might be a mistake. Despro can, the tank flanks in the middle. Biasao is just kind of running these harvesters all over. Oh, and there is a turret there. Oh, and there's a turret there. So lots of turrets on this game. More than you typically see for sure. Just medium tank in a great position. Yeah, he's gonna go. Oh, but this army's gonna. It's definitely gonna get the war factory. That's gonna hurt so bad. I mean, he does have second one, but his SD's there too. Some power plants. Responded quickly. He's probably only gonna lose the war factory. Gets a tank. That's good. There's only 2 tanks left. Lost a bit of power. But if he can clean up this army, this is gonna be at least 8,000. Great angle of attack there. Not losing too much at all. Saves his SD as well. And down goes. There he goes. That was about, I think, 7,000. Another little eco harass here too. But Despro does have this little mining operation over here. Push that off from Despro and stole it from him. So that's nice. So just a very weird split here. Despro is pretty much all over. Another tank flank over here, but it's not going so well. Although he does have the MCV support, so well-placed pillbox right here. Probably do really good. Oh, that's perfectly well. Gets all the rockets, except for a few of them. But Biasao does get pushed back. He's got 1 MC up there, 1 MC up there, so he's super split. Oh, this stack's going to be really good. There is the MCV there, but again, plenty of medium tanks to deal with it. Yeah, just leave a few rockets by that pillbox. Probably going to be very frustrating. Biasao's biggest problem is it's just he left this alive, and Despro is going to start remining here soon. Medium tank barely gets out of dodge. This MCV needs to pull away now. Oh, it looks like Despro's going to try to hold, but I don't know if he can. Oh, there's an artillery shilling too. That's nice. MCV's barely going to get away. Majority of the harvesters are getting away too. But, I mean, he can't go here. He knows that's contested, so he's got to go all the way back home, which would probably actually be really good. There's a lot of order here. Rocket killing a rifle. We don't see that too often. Some pillboxes here. A turret would be great. Those are going to go right into the pillbox. See the helipad out, but no helipads yet. Big attack here. Once again, Despro kind of caught off guard. I don't know. Those harvesters and the MCV trying to get out of dodge. This is not looking so good for Despro. The only thing he's got going for him is if he can keep this alive. Only 1 artillery, and it's not really hitting much of anything. It's hitting the ghost of something. Oh, some spies out for Biasao. Alright, going for the ref. Because again, he's German and it's pretty much all he can do. No efficiency for him. Mag's doing a whole lot there. And Despro is going to try to steal his main base. If that works, that's amazing. But that is a slaughter. Harvester going down, just pillboxes. And I mean, unfortunately, those spies aren't going to do anything because Despro is completely broke as well, which kind of makes sense for the map. I guess he did capture his old Derek back a long time ago that I missed, but... And the refs get sold anyways, so... Fun time for those. I guess you could go into a power plant. Maybe if the radar comes out, that could be pretty good. And there we go. Barracks, okay. Pillbox, perfect. Just out of range. Fortunately, yeah, that is going to cause Biasao to rally pretty much everything back, although he has a big army here. So this is kind of like a banned MCV, except for it's not dead yet, but I'm sure it will be soon if he doesn't do anything. This artillery also firing on nothing, and once again, Despro kind of reestablishing his main, soaked up all that ore, which is probably made his income skyrocket a little bit, yeah. Take a look at the army graph. Biasao just soaring ahead right now. Earnings graph has been pretty equal. I think Biasao's just trading, yeah, 86 to 62. He's trading a lot better. And again, a lot of that's just because Despro was throwing some wild tank flanks. MCV does get out of dodge for now, so that's nice. Probably going to reestablish here. So this is such a crazy line. Usually maps are pretty evenly divided. You don't really have somebody in the backside. Big attack here. I think Despro's gonna have to sacrifice these harvesters. Oh, and that's a lot of rockets too that are in a very bad spot. Oh, artillery hit. Maybe with some tank crushing he could be really good here, but I think he's in a lot of trouble. Doesn't have the MC support either. Oh, there's some crushes, but he needs more. He's going for the artillery, not a bad idea. But Despro is going to get cleaned up here. It's starting to look pretty bleak for him. He also still got the secondary army there. He does have Blackhawks as well. That pillbox is going to be able to kill that medium tank. Down goes the War Factory, SD, all of his power basically. It's looking pretty bleak for him. The only thing he's got is a third MCV somehow. Did he steal an MCV? One of those has got to be Biaso's, right? It's one. I think he stole an MCV. Biaso's down to one MCV and no. Okay, he doesn't have one War Factory. That, I mean, that could be a way back. Unfortunately, Despro just doesn't have the money. But these tanks are in the back and they're also really low. He's taking a lot better trade there than he would if the tanks were been in front. But how does he stop all of this army? It is 2,000. These Blackhawks are doing a number, and there is the GG. That was incredible. Yeah. I mean, I think Biasao having control of the center was actually a bigger thing. I think Biasao did a much better job of keeping his main saturated too. Despro let a lot of this regrow. I mean, he kind of got forced to in this situation, but wow, Biasao taking it to Despro in that game. So Biaso's gonna jump up 2-1, and we'll all be back with game 4.
Battle control initialized.
Alright, we are back here for game 4. Can Biasao hold on? He just needs to win one of these next two to complete this best of 5 series, or will the engines for Despro be warmed up? Let's find out. We're on Kriegschwein, War Pigs. I think this map was submitted at the same time Tank Trap was from Ups. And actually like this one a lot better than Tank Trap. I hate Tank Trap with a passion. This one's just kind of your standard, you know, 2 mine, 2 mine, 1 bonus, single mine, 3 mine start. A little bit weird with the position of the mines. There's like a lot of debris on this map, but very, very standard, very meta for the most part. You got a safe Old Derrick, one Old Derrick that's pretty easily contestable in the middle too, so let's see how this match goes. Looks like Biasao rallying his barracks to the front and engineer to the back. And Despro doing something similar, but it looks like he went for 5 rifles first. As we know from Trip T's statistics, this is typically a worse build order for whatever reason. You tend to lose a little bit more. So when Despro like inevitably loses this one, that's what I'm going to blame it on. Not his rust or Biasao just playing really good. It's because he went 5 rifles first. Engineer first, always solid. 18 rifles, 20 rifles within engineer also works, but for some reason like 5 in an engineer and 15 or 10 and 10 just doesn't work. I don't know. I don't make up the rules of statistics like that. It's like both players definitely going to do double ref. I mean, why wouldn't you? I do like Biaso's position here just a little bit better. I mean, I think Despro's probably okay just stacking right here just because that'll cut off this little bit, but I think honestly pushing all the way through would be a really smart idea. Although you do have to worry about all those barrels, I guess. Oh, and I guess there is some very chopped up ore mines here, although you'll get most of that ore mine if you kill those buildings. These 2 cacti cannot be destroyed. So you're, let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you'd have 6/8 of an ore mine, which is not bad, you know, it's probably more than an old Derrick still. Unless you get like really unlucky with the ore spawn, but that's getting into the technical aspect of things, and I'm not smart enough to talk about it. Both players getting their second over there pretty easily, pretty much at the same time. Biaso's going to send that engineer right back to Despro's over there. It's like a Despro Garden's engineer, make sure there's nothing behind. Not a bad idea at all. Usually something sneaky. Also kind of protects your rockets a little bit too. And Biaso's just going to send 2 rifle scouts over there. So yeah, we're having a pretty standard early game. Both players pretty much on point, and that was perfectly on point with that War Factory. But it looks like Biasao might have screwed up a little bit here, I guess. Yeah, you kind of have to crawl a little bit weird here. Despro seems to be, he crawled okay, but maybe it's just because he places refs like he did, where Biasao's more spread apart, a little bit easier, better control over those ore mines. I think Despro will probably be okay. That's not a whole lot of difference, to be honest. Looks like Ranger out first for Despro. Looks like a Harvester first for Biasao. Nothing too scandalous there. Not yet, at least. But Despro is going to see this little attack coming. Oh, he's going to get a rocket free too? No? Oh, he's dancing. It's close. I'm not sure what that was. Oh, and he loses the Ranger. That did not have the Engineer in it, or did it? It did. But he gets the Engineer back there, so that's a nice little consolation. But losing that Ranger is kind of a bold move. If I was Despro, I would want to retreat all my army back. If I was Biasao, maybe think about going into, I mean, he looks like he's doing it anyways, going in for a second light vehicle. Although maybe he's just doing 6 Harvesters again, but second light vehicle there, and if he leaves his army there and you have that light tank with the Ranger support, it's going to be a very tough hold for him. You could push in slowly with just the Ranger vision and kind of kill a lot of his infantry. If you see that he's really light on rockets, you just go in with the light tank and crush all that. And it's very hard to come back with, plus you'll get the free old Derek killed to boot. So it's a very easy winning strategy right there. Nothing too complicated at all, you just have a little decent control on how you do it. Obviously, if you lose your Ranger and a light tank because you just rush him in first, and then you still try to rush in, and he has full Derek vision, yeah, it could go pretty poorly, but generally, you should be alright. 4 Harvesters on the backside, so I did go 6 Harvesters. I don't like that, especially don't like that he's got 4 of them back here. He's going to have to pretty much pull 3 of those Harvesters off instantly. This one's not getting mined out as much, whereas it looks like Despro is much more even. Looks like he's got 4 and 1. 4 and 1 a little bit better, especially because you're going to transfer over here pretty quickly too, and I imagine these Harvesters in this one probably going to go over here. Nope, maybe not yet. Ref is just ready, so it's going to go. Pillbox, move that MC out. Oh, looks like he's going to plan a power plant first. Not a bad idea, or moves his back MC out. Totally fine too. See if he wants to. I don't know, he's not going to. Sometimes you can place your MCV real quickly just so you can place building and get that build speed bonus that you don't get him if this is undeployed. Something I do a lot, but I mean, it's like 15% off. So you go from a 12-second to like 11-second. It's a whole 1 second difference there. Those usually aren't making too much of a difference. Not sure what was with that MCV. It deployed and undeployed. Maybe Biasao does want the extras. I guess with the ref, it makes a little bit of a difference, It's 29 seconds, 29 seconds. I think it's 34 normally, so you get a 5-second discount there. Not a bad idea. Those barrels are scaring me a little bit, but I do like this big infantry formation here. Although, where are your medium tanks? Why does Despro have 2 extra tanks? Did you forget something? There's one, but there's another one coming out. I'm not sure why he would have. Maybe it's just because Despro went with a single light vehicle build, and he went with 6 Harvesters, maybe. I mean, his eco's got to be flying right now. And actually, somehow Despro's ahead, so this whole 6 Harvesters thing not working out well for Biasao at all. But he is going to get another expansion a little bit quicker. No, actually, no, he's not, because Despro already has this. Despro is ahead in expansions. He is ahead in army. He's just ahead this game. I'm not sure what happened to Biasao, but he is behind. Both players pretty much mirroring each other with their army, except for Biasao is 1 step behind, and he's just, I don't know, he's only got 4 medium tanks. Why does Despro have such a huge lead? 6 tanks, that's significance for a 7-minute game so far. 2 extra tanks is, that's basically 40% of his armor right there. Despro is trying to defend here, and it looks like he is going to rotate all of his army up rather than try to do a crazy base push thing. Or base trade, do you like this from Biasao with the Ranger? Looks like Despro is going to try to do like a long scout here. But there was 1 rifle scout for Biasao, should be safe. Now he's going to go in here. Despro has pulled all the way back. That's really fortunate for Biasao, but I think Despro is going to be totally fine here. He's going to lose some pillboxes, and it's hurt, because why not? But he has a whole giant army coming through, and Biasao is diving really deep. He needs to retreat now. That is a good retreat. I'm not sure if you saw how much army was actually there, but Despro had a huge surround. Oh, that pillbox is going to be annoying. Get some on the backside. This army is going to go all the way down. Actually, might get the war factory, depending on how this goes. And unfortunately for Biasao, he does not have a solid defense here. If that was a little bit more spread out instead of congoling, I think Despro could just push in there and probably in this game sub 10 minutes. But as it stands, not much going on. Looks like Biasao is going to try to sniff this out. Where's that MC going to go? He's going to try to go to the north, maybe, and that's going to be a bad idea. He's got one scout here, but it doesn't really see much. He doesn't hear the pillboxes, and that would be the important thing. Despro might get lucky and not have students go through the middle. They're crushing civilians, so Biasao can hear that. Oh, and he did sniff out that army in the back there, so that's a really nice play. And I think that ranger was spotting that pillbox and everything there, so yep, that MC is going to get a dodge. I might actually run into that army. That'd be really bad. And Despro, he's got this army in the back. Thought he might be diving in the middle. That'd be kind of a crazy play. Oh, unfortunately, turret, and he really needs a pillbox there. Oh, that MCV, it's under threat. And he's getting attacked here. Losing a harvester. Oh, I'm not sure. Biasao's looking a little too passive. This game needs to be more active. Loses his MCV, that's going to put him very far behind. Fortunately, this army is not going to get spotted at all. Maybe this rifle, but I think it's going to go right here. Biasao's going to go in here. This won't be terrible. I mean, Despro's going to have to push away, but he doesn't really have a whole lot of there. He's got 3 medium tanks and a harvester that's going to suck. Tier 2's out from him. Ooh, there's an artillery. Oh, this could be a really good attack for Despro too if he goes in. His tanks aren't in great position, but there's not a whole lot of tanks for Biasao. Just kind of split the difference here. NCV is going to get away, but Biasao is going to get absolutely folded upon up top. And just as that happens, this army is going down on the bottom. There's 4 harvesters in there. This could not be going worse for Biasao. It looks like Despro is back with the vengeance this time. Artillery even going to get some good shots in there. 1 harvester down. He's trying to retreat away. He's got some of this army that's retreating out, but it is 21 to 12,000. Despro just absolutely cleaned up on that army, which is surprising because he's only 4k ahead in destroyed loss right now, so he must have been behind before that somehow. But yeah, unfortunately for Biasao, he's fighting the 3-war front. Long distance fighting with those harvs again. Those artillery just being super annoying. Still alive. Getting the MCV out. He's going to try to defend here, but he doesn't have an MCV support. He's got a second one coming. Needs to deploy it. And he doesn't even have a pillbox being built. That's unfortunate. That is looking pretty much over for Biasao already. We're just over 10 minutes here. And there is a GG. Yeah, that just... nothing went right there for Biasao. He was just behind the entire time, and for some reason, Despro just kind of waltzed through. Biasao's one hope was, you know, maybe having that battle here, but he went 6 harvesters. So that's why I'm gonna say he lost this one. 6 harvesters not to play, even though he won the last, I think, 2 or 3 ones that he went 6 harvester. But so that means we're gonna go to game 5, and I'll see y'all in a second.
Control initialized.
Alright, we are back here for game 5. It is split 2 and 2, and that is fitting because we are on the map champion. So whoever wins this will be the champion. As Despro throws some shade at Milkman because he is not happy with the map. So yes, imagine what he's gonna say, which I don't know why. Should straight kind of weird. Other maps I think that we've seen so far have been pretty okay. This map is kind of okay. I think I've cast this one before. It's very much Kosovo-esque. You've got your double mine here and a single mine in the middle, and then double mine over here. You've got this bonus one up here, so it's kind of like a flipped version of Kosovo a little bit. I'm not the biggest fan of the map. I think the middle is just a little bit too important here. But it's not terrible. It's not like a map you just don't ever want to play. It's just, it's very one-dimensional. I don't expect a quick game out of this one. Or I do expect a quick game out of this one. I don't expect a long game out of this one. Despro with a dog here. So we are going to see some doggy action. Biasao just getting his engineer in the back. He's going to try to push across here. Not a bad idea, but fortunately the dog is great counter that, unless you get a little careless with that dog. You gotta have control of it, kind of like Despro's doing right here. I do like that he's made sure that that dog's in the back, which is very important, although he has to be very careful because it can't get too far forward. But yeah, it's a clean win there. He is going to stop this engineer for now, but at the same time, Despro has a choice of, okay, well, you're going to do that, I'll just do that to you. And that looks like he's going to do, slowly but surely. He's got to be careful. And just send a few more rifles up there. He's not going to get him 2 rifles against 8. Isn't going to go well, but at the same time, he's going to have a great engagement here. I mean, that's 3-0 so far. I think this actually might even it out. About 300, 400, so yeah. Despro doing a little bit better. That's more just because he was losing these scouts up here, but it's totally fine. He's just going to rally that engineer down, and Biasao cannot get that engineer across. He's even rallying some extra. And all of the rifles are going down for Biasao. Both players just macroing up on rifles, though there is one rocket coming out. I would be a little bit worried about a heavy vehicle coming out. And it looks like Despro's just going to kill this. Not a bad idea at all. If I was Biasao, I'd be killing this, because you know you're not going to get this. I mean, or if you're really bold, try to kill this one. And maybe save this one, but... Oh, that's going to be such a bad explosion. Oh, everything goes down. Engineer, that was at least 8 rifles. Oh yeah, Biasao, that was not the big brain play. That was some Cro-Magnon stuff right there. And he hasn't killed this old Dirk in the back, so once again, Biasao looks like he's starting to sweat a little bit. Dog gonna see that there is indeed rifles there. Despro is gonna be able to clean that up, no problem. Even got an HC in, because why not? Never hurts to have armor, and he's gonna be up 3 old Dirks to 1, 3 old Dirks to none rather. Ooh, and he tries to move and get him away. Unfortunately, no retreat for you. No Dunkirk. You are just gone. Flux out here poking. You can see that Despro did steal this one. But 3 old Dirks to none is a big problem. You can pretty much cycle so much more extra army. 4.5 to 1.3. He's got an SD out. You might even want to consider going tank first. I think he's building another flak, which could be, you know, that's 3 flaks. This is a little bit of an orbital, I guess, maybe. That could be not a bad idea. They're both Soviets, so flaks are going to be really good. You don't have to worry about the light tanks just absolutely crushing you, because light tanks are OP. Although, I think this is on 4.3, so it should have a light tank nerf in there. We'll have to see. Poor Doggo going down. Please don't lose a flak to an APC and a handful of infantry. That could be pretty bad. If you have like really good APM, which I don't think Despro is like right, but somebody like Mint, somebody like Despro, I'm sure Cav can do it. Goat for sure. You can just kind of dance those flaks all around so that APC can't really do anything. Oh, audio crashed. All right, so that's Despro's excuse when he loses. Have the record show. MC out here for Biasao. He's pushing to the middle. Not a bad idea. Despro's, he's going in for the kill if he's going for a tank first. I think he knows that he's in a really good position here. And the fact that he's pushing so hard with 5 rockets to his name, yeah. And Biasao has no rockets right now. That actually could be a problem. Finally starting to produce. That is a lot of armor that 1 rocket has to chew through. I just don't see it happening. And he's moving his MC up. Ooh, I don't like that at all. 1 flak instantly getting popped. That is unfortunate. That flame tower not doing enough. Yeah, Despro is in a really good position here, and he's going to be able to push this harvester off as soon as it gets there. I mean, he could honestly just camp right here, stop this harvester, and it looks like that's what he's going to do. Tank in great position there. Blocking with the MCV, or blocking with the APC, trying to at least. And if he can catch, be also rotating here, that could be pretty good. Yeah, but he's just going to push back. Biasao's going to chase, and then he might get collapsed upon right here. It's going to be close, but that tank is in pretty good position, but now it's dead. Both the Despro's tanks are still alive. So Biasao is once again going to get pushed back. I don't think he can afford to rotate those back, but it'd be really nice. Instead, he's just going to go over to the right side, because why not? 1 harvester going down. Luckily, those missing APC in the back here. Yeah, this is looking pretty bad for Biasao. Despro just absolutely going through the throat. I think he's pretty warmed up now. Pretty on top of his game. He's just, yeah, he's going 100% for the kill. Bringing in an MCV to base push to finish this, that is a great move. Very hard to deal with. I mean, what do you do as Biasao here? You can move 1 MCV down here, but you know there's a huge army up here. Going to tier 2 for tech could be pretty good. I mean, he's Russia, so Tesla's always a solid option. But I mean, Despro's smart. If he sees that he's not harvesting here, he's not harvesting here, and he's kind of apesy over here already, so he would absolutely know. The only other thing you could do is try to go here. That's such a large gamble, and there's a good chance that Despro will just move an MC out there eventually. But Biasao is going to try to harvest her eventually. But of course, as soon as he does that, one of his armies is out of position, and he's going to lose that expansion. That's going to hurt him even more since he has basically no expansion that is mining right now. We're going to probably see the old one too, although can Despro see? Nope, Biasao cannot see. I said Despro, I meant Biasao. It happens. I think he maybe got a glimpse of there just a little bit, but again, I think this army could just deal with this pretty easily. There's 3 heavy tanks there, so maybe not so much, but Biasao getting a rough down, reposition at MCV. He's got to be very careful here. He might lose a harvester. Despro kind of unlucky with the way his infantry are moving through there. But he is indeed going to lose 1 harvester. Oh, and then Despro's going in on the backside. And Despro's actually in really good position here. Trading up a lot better than he could. V2 not being effective. War Factory going to go down. And it's looking pretty close. Second V2 shot, getting a single rifle. Power plant too, because why not? And a 3rd army up here, although it is going to run straight into a flame tower. Despro eventually going to lose this army out, but if he's careless, he might lose that top army too. If he can kill a medium tank, that'd be a great victory with the war factor down. All that armor is important. 1 heavy tank going down, so the other one's not going to go down. But even with all that, Despro maintaining about a 1k army lead, and Biasao just now has an expansion out. Meanwhile, Despro is just pretty much untouched eco-wise, and he's expanding here to the bottom left. So it's a rough game for Biasao this time. Repairing his tanks, which is always nice, but he's got another army to contend with on the back. There's 4 harvesters there for his picking. I mean, killing that raider would be not really important anymore since there's no war factory, but maybe we could stop down some tier 3 transition. Some IC would be great if he had it. Of course, a 9-minute IC is pretty quickly. It's like almost rush timing, and when you're on the back foot the entire time, it's kind of hard to get that IC up. Do you like this from Biasao? So he is going to try to defend this expansion since that is kind of like the next likely area to attack. But unfortunately, Despro just has the army that he's going to attack on the back. There's a good V2 shot, goes up to fetch C2. We're going to have 2 attacks going on simultaneously. Despro not going to have a great angle here, I don't think, although the flamethrowers could be doing alright. We've lost 2 harvesters already. Oh, and V2 gets another great shot. Goes out of dodge, and he actually holds on here, but lost both of his harvesters. That's kind of critical. He's down to 4 harvesters, and none of them are mining on good mines. This one barely hanging on by the skin of its teeth. He's going to send it back to repair, but he doesn't even have the money really to do that. He's going to be broke before it gets there. Despro already up to tier 2. He's got an airfield out as well, so he's base pushing again. Yeah, absolutely brutal game. V2 taking a big chunk out of our harvester there. It's the forward raider or forward airstrip. You don't see that too often. And yeah, he's going to try to push there. I mean, he's got... Oh, but that V2... accidental great shot, kills all the rockets, and that army turns back defeated. Turns back again, but they're just going to die. Again, that V2 just absolutely lucky on its shots. Almost kills the heavy tank there. That heavy tank barely getting out, but Biasao throws in the towel. So Despro, he was sweating me for a little bit when he was down 2-1 against Biasao. And I kind of thought that was a 3-0, but I had to think back on it and realize that it was a 2-1. So well played to Despro there, coming back, doing beating Biasao in the best of 5 there. I'm sure we'll see some more games of these two, or maybe if we're lucky, some Despro and Fazar. But until then, I'll see y'all next time.